from Rosetta Vera. Today's video is a little different. I had someone reach out to me about reviewing their scrapbook paper. They're an Amazon vendor. I'll put their name here, and just kind of take a look at it and play with it and kind of see what I think of it. So I picked up this set of 180 sheets of paper. It was $12.99. It came pretty quickly. I think it came in one day. So you get 6 different sets of paper here. I don't know how much they vary, but we're gonna find that out together. So let's open them up and go through them and see what they look like and see how thick they are and what the quality is. Okay, so at first glance they feel like heavy cardstock, but let's see. So it's just the first page is a heavy cardstock. So they all say something different. So this is the vintage plant notes. So it looks like you're getting, let me turn this the other way, it's upside down. Like you're getting 2 pieces of each paper. They're a little on the thin side, so that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, looks like you're getting 2 of each. And they have a nice feel to them, but they are a little on the thinner side. I'm not seeing any duplicate patterns at this first pass through. You know what, I should measure these as well. These feel like they're probably 5 by 7. So like if you're trying to make quick cards, you could probably pull these together really quickly, or if you're doing book journaling, you could probably use these really quickly. I would probably say due to the patterns, you want to use them in larger projects so that you can use all of the image versus getting cut off, or at least if you're going to use them in smaller ways, you can actually like cut out the flowers or cut out like just a section you want to use. By the feel of the paper, I think these would work nice with Mod Podge as well if you do Mod Podge projects. So that is the first stack. And so this cardstock is just to kind of keep everything from getting bent in the mail. So that's the first stack. I think what I'm going to do is just speed you through the rest of the stacks and then come back. So let's do that. Before I do, let me tell you what the stacks are. It's Classical Music Score, Butterfly Dream Cycle, Old Newspaper Dust, Old Yellow Letters, and then Voyage Diary. Okay, so that'll give you some idea what each one is as we go through them. All right, let's get started on that. had a chance to look at all of the papers that are in the set. So I wanted to do a couple of projects with these papers just to give you an idea how you could use them. So these papers are very thin, so you can use them for journaling and card making. I use them to make a couple of cards and just a couple of different styles of cards. So this card here, I cut out some hearts from the matte paper, I think it was advertisements in the yellowed papers, and then made a little envelope here that's just catching the hearts. And I grabbed these stickers from some stickers I had from Peachy Cheap, and just put it on this cardstock. So that was like a pretty fast card that I put together. So I only used a little bit of adhesive to lay these flat on the card, but of course you could use you could do a 3D effect. I will say, because the paper is very thin, if you wanted to get more of a 3D effect, you would have to put these papers on top of a thicker cardstock and then put the mounting squares underneath just to give a little more dimension. So I did this really flat and then added some dimensional foam stickers on top of it. So that's pretty straightforward. For this card, again, I used some stickers I have from Peachy Cheap, and then I did like an iris folding technique where I used a bunch of different papers and used a template in iris folding to kind of make the outline, to fill in the shape of the shoe. So if you look a little closer, you can see that there's a bunch of different papers there that kind of make a mixed media effect on the shoe. This paper is nice for things like this because, like I said, it is thin, so you don't get a lot of bulk. Again, if you wanted a little more dimension, you can put this on a thicker cardstock and add some mounting squares. The other thing you can do, iris folding, you usually fold the paper and then line it up, which also give you some texture and dimension. With this, I did it flat, which is a way you can also use washi tape to kind of do the same thing and get that dimension there. It's just a little flatter, so I just did this flat to get that kind of dimension. And then the last card I did is very dimensional. I took different pieces of the papers and made I guess a paper flower, similar to how you would use tissue paper to make these kind of flowers, except instead of lifting it up like you would do a tissue ball, I just left it flat so that it could go on a card and the back would be flat. Because this does have a lot of dimension and texture, I had to use white glue to attach it to the cardstock. And I didn't use a lot because I didn't want it to bleed through the actual card, but you can see here how you're seeing all those different styles of paper, and it makes this nice, interesting little burst on the card. I added a little sticker in the middle to cover up, what was I using? Pipe cleaners. I was using pipe cleaner because that was the thing I had nearest me, but you can attach these in the middle with floral wire or something like that, and then some more dimensional sticker here. So this is a card you wouldn't put in the mail. It would be more something that you handed to someone. Actually, this is also an example of the kind of cards that I do sometimes that people like to frame versus just putting them in an envelope and giving to someone. So sometimes people have asked me to make things like this that they can frame and give to a friend, because it's also kind of like a mixed media art design. So these are just a couple of ways that you can use these papers that I was lucky enough to review. I'll say I like the papers. There's not a lot of variety in each separate pack, as far as like the colors are very similar, the prints are very similar. You can see where I cut out some pieces here. I was going to do some tea bag folding but I just ran out of time. But you definitely can use these in different ways. I just did these quick projects so that they wouldn't take up a lot of time, and I could show you some of the variety and how you could use them. And they definitely will play well with other things that you have in your collection. I think that's about it. I'll share information on how you can pick up these papers for yourself. If you're curious about some of the techniques I use to do some of these, I can definitely link to the template I use to make the shoe here. And I'll have to look for some videos that demonstrate this, how to do the little envelope and the hearts and this dimensional kind of burst. But these are all very simple to do. They don't take a lot of time. I mean, I was watching some old episodes of Crossing Jordan and did this really quickly. So it's like it gives a lot of impact, but it doesn't take a lot of time. And that's a great way to use papers that are like very print heavy. Other ways that I would use these papers, sometime I'll take them and use them as the background on my cards, and then all of my decoration is mainly through stickers and die cuts and things like that. So that's another way to use them. But I really wanted to just focus on the papers here, and I use the craft cards. These are from Hobby Lobby. I believe these are 5x7. I use these because I thought they would play nice with the colors of the paper. So that's about it. I always say when I'm rambling, it's time for me to finish the video. As always, thank you for spending time with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.